One sunny afternoon, I was standing outside talking to a dear friend, Amy Schwartz. Passionately, she shared with me her dream of Jewish unity, her dream that one day Jews would be able to get together in love and respect despite our different backgrounds, affiliations, and perspectives. Amy's heartfelt words touched me, and they planted a seed that came to fruition with the very first Sound of Jewish Music, an event that was organized with the goal of bringing together Jewish women of all stripes to celebrate one another's talents and experiences. There were 200 women who joined that first Sound of Jewish Music, which took place at the JCC in March of 2011. And within a couple of years, over 400 women and girls from all parts of our community were coming together to enjoy this annual event of joy and inspiration. Now, a full decade later, we are gathered virtually, but with the added bonus of being joined by family and friends from different cities and even countries to celebrate 10 years of the Sound of Jewish Music. 10 years of an event that was inspired and continues to be inspired by the dream of unity in diversity, unity without uniformity. This evening, to mark the occasion of our 10-year anniversary, our program is made up of our favorite songs from past events, as well as personal remarks from women reflecting on the impact this special event has had on their lives. It's no coincidence that tonight is Rosh Chodesh Tammuz. Tonight we enter the month in which we begin the 3 weeks of mourning, which is the saddest time in the Jewish calendar. These 3 weeks of mourning mark the weeks leading to and culminating with the destruction of the first and second temples. Tragic events which our sages teach us were brought about because the Jews did not treat each other kindly. The people of our nation showed intolerance and insensitivity toward one another, and as a result, we lost our temple and were exiled from the land that we loved. Year after year, these 3 weeks of mourning remind us of the tragedy that results from unkindness and intolerance, and they inspire us to not only learn from our past mistakes, but to rectify them by going out of our way to perform acts of kindness and love, even for those who are very different than ourselves. There is no greater nachas to a parent than watching his or her children get along and show love and respect toward one another. The same is true for God, who is the Father of us all. When he sees us getting along with one another, coming together as different as we are through events like this one, his heart melts and he showers us with blessings in abundance. May we all take the lesson of the 3 weeks to heart, making an extra effort to show kindness, respect, and acceptance of one another. And in the merit of our unity, may God grant us the ultimate blessing, the fulfillment of our collective dream for a world of shalom, of peace and harmony forever.
I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting up for me, that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care, so call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. every room inside is filled with things from far away. The special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care, so call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. Oh, a million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong, but say that you'll bring me along to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I lie in bed, the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. Million dreams, million dreams. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
כשלב בוכה, רק אלוקים שומע, הכאב עולה מתוך הנשמה. אדם נופל לפני שהוא שוקע, בתפילה קטנה חותכת הדממה. שמע ישראל אלוקיי, אתה כה יכול. נתת לי את חיי, נתת לי הכל. בעיניי דמעה, הלב בוכה בשקט, וכשאני אלוקיי, אתה כה יכול. נתת לי את חיי, נתת לי הכל. בעיניי דמעה, הלב בוכה בשקט, וכשהלב שותק, אני שמה זועקת. שמע ישראל אלוקיי, עכשיו אני לבד. חזק אותי אלוקיי, עשה שלא אפחד. הכאב גדול ואין לאן לברוח. עשה שיגמר, כי לא נותר בי כוח. שמע ישראל אלוקיי, אתה כה יכול. נתת לי את חיי, נתת לי הכל. בעיניי דמעה, הלב בוכה בשקט, וכשהלב שותק, אני שמה זועקת. שמע ישראל אלוקיי, עכשיו אני לבד. חזק אותי אלוקיי, עשה שלא אפחד. הכאב גדול ואין לאן לברוח. עשה שיגמר, כי לא נותר בי כוח. עשה שיגמר, כי לא נותר בי כוח.
I've heard it said that people come into our lives for a reason, bringing something we must learn, and we are led to those who help us most to grow if we let them, and we help them in return. Well, I don't know if I believe that's true, but I know I'm who I am today because I knew you. Like a comet pulled from orbit as it passes the sun, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, I have been changed for good. It well may be that we will never meet again in this lifetime. So let me say before we part, so much of me is made of what I learned from you. You'll be with me like a handprint on my heart. And now whatever way our stories end, I know you have rewritten mine by being my friend. Like a ship blown from its mooring by a wind off the sea, like a seed dropped by a skybird in a distant wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? But because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good. And just to clear the air, I ask forgiveness for the things I've done you blame me for. But then I guess we know there's blame to share, and none of it seems to matter anymore. Like a coin as it passes by open, like a stream that meets a boulder halfway through the wood. Who can say if I've been changed for the better? I do believe I have been changed for the better. And because I knew you, because I knew you, because I knew you, I have been changed for good.
Music has always been a really important part of my life. I grew up in a house where there was always music being played. I learned the words from songs, from show tunes, all the way to Carly Simon. I learned how to sing by listening to the Annie soundtrack over and over and over and over again. I think that my parents took me to every 1,000 productions of Annie that ever came through our town. But I've always loved to sing and express myself through music. I was a ham on stage from a very young age. I know that's hard to believe. And loved singing in the school choirs and was in all the musicals. And when I went to Penn State, I was drawn to the a cappella community there, which was really popular. We sang on street corners and pretty much anywhere where people would listen. But when I transitioned into my adult years, I found that finding an outlet for singing was really, really difficult. Sadly, I went years without singing anywhere but the shower. After I had my first child, I was part of a mom's club, and that's where I met Jeannie McHale. One day she said, "Well, I have to leave because I'm going to my singing group." And I said, "Singing group? I sing." And then she said, "Well, it's a Jewish women's a cappella group." And I said, "I'm Jewish." And it was a match made in heaven. That began my wonderful experiences with the Kol Shira a cappella singing group. Kol Shira is so unique in that it is comprised of Jewish women that represent the full spectrum of observance, from the non-religious to the very observant. Despite our differences in lifestyle, we come together weekly and we create absolutely beautiful music together. In fact, we sang together for the first time because we're all vaccinated, and it was like a part of my heart just opened. We've shared in life simchas together and tragedies together. We've endured countless milestones of our children together. We've comforted each other in grief, and we've shared in the joy of life together. But I know that I probably would have never ever crossed paths with most of these women in my everyday life, but my life is all the more richer for their friendships, and I feel very blessed that they're in my life. United in music, we've entertained so many women throughout the Jewish community in Pittsburgh over the years. And that brings us to the Sound of Jewish Music, celebrating 10 wonderful years of sisterhood in art and music this year. Having grown up in a non-observant household, I actually took for granted that I was allowed to express my love of music in public. It wasn't until I joined Kol Shira that I realized that many Jewish women never get the chance to share their musical talents or express themselves in a way that I had been privileged to. The Sound of Jewish Music has created a safe space of expression for so many Jewish women over the past 10 years. Just as Kol Shira has provided an outlet for me, the Sound of Jewish Music has given so many diverse women from all aspects of Jewish life a forum to express themselves. Over the past 10 years, we've heard beautiful music, both singing and instrumental, watched graceful and soulful dancing, enjoyed each other's paintings, listened to each other's moving stories, and have come together for a night of Jewish sisterhood and expression of our talents. The sound of Jewish music has given all Jewish women of Pittsburgh an outlet for their artistic expression that is void of any criticism. Over the years, we have laughed, we have sung, we have clapped, we have cried, we've rejoiced, all sharing the collective joy of being Jewish women in Pittsburgh. Thank you, Chani, for uniting the Jewish community of Pittsburgh and the women in art and expression. The past 10 years of performances have been joyful, heartfelt, and musical. The Sound of Jewish Music is a unique event for all Jewish women that will hopefully continue for another 10 years. Mazel tov to all who involved.
Hava את עבדך. כדמת לי עברתי את הירדן, ועתה ראיתי את שני מחנות. הצילני נא, הצילני נא, הצילני נא. כדמת לי עברתי את הירדן, ועתה ראיתי את שני מחנות. הצילני נא, הצילני נא, הצילני נא. קטונתי מכל החסדים ומכל האמת אשר עשית את עבדך. קטונתי מכל החסדים ומכל האמת אשר עשית את עבדך. כדמת לי עברתי את הירדן, ועתה ראיתי את שני מחנות. הצילני נא, הצילני נא, הצילני נא. כדמת לי עברתי את הירדן, ועתה ראיתי את שני מחנות. הצילני נא, הצילני נא, הצילני נא. כי חסדך גדול עליי, כי חסדך גדול עליי. והצלת, והצלת נפשי מכל תחתיה. כדמת לי עברתי את הירדן, ועתה ראיתי את שני מחנות. הצילני נא, הצילני נא, הצילני נא. כדמת לי עברתי את הירדן, ועתה ראיתי את שני מחנות. הצילני נא, הצילני נא, הצילני נא. קטונתי מכל החסדים ומכל האמת.
So I'm a scientist and I'm also a baby person. And so it may sound odd to say this, but to me, there is no bigger miracle than the miracle of a human baby. I think about a human baby, and because I'm a scientist, I think about the number of chemical reactions and physical processes that have to go right in order to make a baby. And it is absolutely mind-boggling. It's like rolling a million-sided die and getting the same number a million times. It's unfathomable. Our bodies as women can control the dice and produce a human baby. I just can't see it any other way than a beautiful, breathtaking miracle. And 4 years ago, I was sitting in the audience of Sound of Jewish Music, experiencing that miracle firsthand, 9 months pregnant as a single mother by choice. Sitting in Belfield Hall, I was listening to beautiful words of inspiration from a member of our community, Cheryl Moore. Cheryl had raised 2 boys in the midst of a challenging marriage and courageously not only left her marriage, but left her successful career as a CPA to live her dream of being a nurse in midlife. So many things struck me about her: her strength, her heart, her hopefulness. She never gave up on her life or herself. And I can remember sitting in the hall and saying to my belly, you know, we're going to be like that little one. Whatever comes our way, we're going to be hopeful and we're going to make it good. And a week later, I was at McGee for what turned out to be an unplanned C-section in the middle of the night. And after a busy first day as a mom, the first night together with my baby came. And even though I knew I had wanted to be a mother so much, I did it by myself. I couldn't have imagined how the baby would make me feel. I was holding this living embodiment of everything I could ever hope for in life, but I was also really upset because I felt this pressure. I wanted to make every minute of her little life the perfect minute. And I didn't know how. I was also exhausted and I was weak from surgery. And then a knock from the door. And of course, I think it's another nurse, but then it's Cheryl. I couldn't believe it. Now, I believe in Achdut Yisrael and the togetherness we feel as a people. And so to not only see a fellow Jewish person, but Cheryl, the inspiration, I was overjoyed. She smiled and told me she was going to take care of me and my baby. And I really believed it. So I felt my blood pressure dropping and my body relaxing. I handed her my baby and I slept, feeling just surrounded by divine intervention and miracles. And I was blessed. But that moment was just the beginning of me awakening to the little miracles that God had been sprinkling into my life long before my daughter and Cheryl. It's not that I didn't see miracles before, but now I was seeing the miracles not only in the good, but also in the not so good. A year later, I reconnected with my now husband over a poison ivy diagnosis. In the beautiful Jewish tradition of matchmaking, Chani and our mutual friend Heather had tried to set us up previously, but it hadn't been good timing. But now, after ups and downs for both of us, a rash had made things much more clear. And who knew that poison ivy would be another one of God's tiny miracles? But in my life, I've always been grateful for my joy and good fortune. But it took longer to see the miraculousness in the not so good moments too. If it weren't for a horrible date at a community Seder, no less, I'm not sure I would have made some of the decisions that have now brought me not only to my amazing husband, but to a new baby boy and a wonderful stepdaughter too. And what I see now is not that my life hasn't had ups and downs or that it won't have more, but that these downs, not just the ups, have seemed to have a divine hand behind them. And so every day I get up and I think, this is my life partner. We're in this for life. These are our children. We have children, and it never gets old. And little things about our life really get me. On Shabbat, he blesses each of our kids. And every time he does, I think about how lucky we are to be doing this, to have found each other and to be Jewish and to have these blessings that connect us and remind us and motivate us. It feels like a real miracle.
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone would hear. In our hearts a whole song we barely understood. Now we are not afraid.
צלול כיין וריח אורני, נישא ברוח הארבעים עם קול בהמונים, ובתרדמת אילן באבן שבויה בחלומה, העיר אשר בדן יושבת ובליבה חומה, ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. איכה יבשו בורות המים, כיכר השוק ריקה, ואין פוקד את הר הבית בעיר העתיקה, ובמראות אשר בסלע מייללות רוחות, ואין יורד אל ים המלח בדרך יריחו, ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. אך בבואי היום לשיר לך ולך לקשור כתרים, קטונתי מצעיר בנייך ואחרון המשוררים, כי שמך צורבת על שפתיים כנשיקת שרף. אם אשכחך ירושלים אשר כולה זהב, ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. חזרנו אל בורות המים, לשוק ולכיכר, שופר קורא בהר הבית בעיר העתיקה, ובמנהרות אשר בסלע אלפי שמשות זוכרות, נשוב נרד אל ים המלח בדרך יריחו, ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור. ירושלים של זהב ושל נחושת ושל אור, הלא לכל שירייך אני כינור, כינור.
I had a confession that folks found refreshing when I fessed up to it a few years back. I had a little problem, I have a little problem, 'cause saying prayers in Hebrew is a skill I lack. With practice I have tried to make a change systemic, but how can we join in prayer amidst a whole pandemic? We made it up, We could no longer share the same room, except a breakout room on Zoom. Suddenly everything changed. One day the shul is full and there's a crowded lunch. Next day we all are looking like the Brady Bunch. We made it up, reinvented in 2 seconds flat. Really, what's so hard about that? We made it up, made it up. Well, we started off strong as we all prayed along. We mastered the mute so no one heard us cough. The fall was kinda hazy, I started getting lazy. How about if I just keep my camera off? The Elenu is a prayer that is worth repeating, but what no one can see is that I've started eating. I ate it up. All these services feed my soul like a bite from my cereal bowl. I eat it up. Eat it up. In a few months more, some have moved outdoors to gather like a large and lovely melting pot. We put on a mask, 4 coats, 3 hats, and stand there shivering in the parking lot. The rabbi gave a sermon on the temple's destruction, but we heard not a word because of the construction. What? What? We made it up as the rabbi's voice grew more strong. Soon the workers were all chanting along. They made it up, made it up. Then for a major simcha, we went out on a limb and started doing things we could never foresee. Goodbye bar mitzvah party, I'll miss great Uncle Marty. We trimmed our guest list to a total of 3. Yesterday our son was snuggling on my lap. Today he stands before us cloaked in bubble wrap. Oy. We sealed him up. We are oh so proud of our guy.
Mazel tov!
Hey, I think I see his left eye. Aw, it looks like mine. We know this day is not like we thought it would be, but we'll do this again when you're 83. We'll make it up.
So how do you feel?
Kind of fraught, but at least we got our second shot. And we'll keep forging ahead. We'll all return to synagogue and hug our mamas, although we know we're gonna miss our dear pajamas. We made it up, made it up, made it up, made it up, made it up. It's a part of our Jewish shtick. We're resilient through thin and thick. Moving forward in time when our lives are shaky like a fiddler on a roof. We roll up our sleeves because we're living proof. We made it up. How we did it is pretty vague, but we got through a plague. Yes, we made it, made it, made it, made it. As we prayed it, prayed it, prayed it, prayed it. We made it. We made it. Made it up.
This is my 8th year participating in the Sound of Jewish Music. And as part of this event, I've heard 28 insightful Jewish women share words of inspiration. Each year, I've thought about what words of inspiration I might share if Hani ever asked me to speak. I wasn't sure of the specifics, but I imagined that I would graciously share my secret to developing an unshakable sense of inner peace. But Hani obviously asked me to speak a little too soon, because any sense of inner peace I have is very, very shakeable. So instead, I will share how I got involved in this concert way back in 2014. I am one of many people who has a mental illness, or really several: major depression, anxiety, and obsessive compulsive disorder. And for me, the impact of that is just excruciating for months on end. I was going through one of those excruciating periods back in the early 20-teens when my friend Sarah Stock Mayo and I had an extremely meaningful conversation. And soon after that, not long after that, Sarah called me up and asked if I wanted to participate in some Jewish women's concert and sing the song When You Believe together. Sarah and I had sung this song about 10 years before that, and so I said, sure. And we rehearsed the song a few times, and finally the day came for this little Jewish women's concert thingy. Now, Sarah had performed in this concert already. I had somehow, however, neglected to ask her what the concert was actually like. So the day of the concert arrives, and she and I walk in to Bellafield Hall's large auditorium, take our seats amongst the 350 ticket buyers, and watch as the first performers go up on stage. For song after song, I was sitting there thinking, this is a real concert with real singers. How am I even a part of this? It was both terrifying and surreal. The perfect combination for performing. Somehow, I survived this lovely experience. Now, the thing about Hani is that literally the day after the concert, she starts planning for next year's concert. Hani wanted to add some humor to the event. Sarah suggested talking to me because Sarah knew that I wrote song parodies. Hani invites me over, and we have had a divine time working together ever since. On this 10th anniversary of the Sound of Jewish Music, I want to thank Hani and Sarah for the opportunity to perform in this concert through seven years of personal and societal challenges. I deeply admire all of the talented artists who come together on stage and behind the scenes to make this happen. This event has helped me to grow as a performer, and I've developed friendships with beautiful Jewish women who I cherish. So, alas, I do not know any secrets for achieving unshakable inner peace. But I do know I am profoundly grateful to be part of this little Jewish women's concert thingy.
Oseh shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael
Before we conclude our program with one final song, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all those who helped make this event possible. Thank you to our sponsors, especially the Philip Chosky Foundation, for your very generous support. Thank you to our talented singers, instrumentalists, dancers, and artists. And thank you to our eloquent speakers. Thank you also to Chantal Bellman, our artistic consultant, and to Jacob Paul and Ellie Ranchgetti, our two video producers, for your creativity, your commitment, and your countless hours of hard work. And of course, thank you to each and every one of you for coming, in person and online, to join this joyous evening celebrating 10 years of this very special Unity event. In the spirit of peace and togetherness, which inspires this event, we conclude with the song of peace. O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, peace will come upon us yet.
O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, O Yavo Shalom Aleinu, O Yavo Shalom Aleinu.